5, triangle inequality theorem. We're skipping over 5-4, so don't worry about 5-4. So triangle inequality theorem kind of goes like this. The sum of the lengths, let me do this a little bit at a time, of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. All that means, you take two sides, add them together, it's going to be more than the third side. If that happens, then you got a triangle. If it doesn't happen, you don't have a triangle. So let's take a look here. Want to know if the following measures make a triangle. All right, so we pick two of the sides, any two of the sides. I'm going to pick like 2 and 5. So we add them together. 2 plus 5, I know, is 7. Is 7 greater than 1? Why, yes, it is. Pick two other sides, like 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Is 3 greater than 5? No, it is not. When you hit a no right off the bat, no, those will not make a triangle. Even if you get 2 yeses and 1 no, they're not going to make a triangle. So let's take a look at these. So pick 2. 4 and 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 is greater than 5, yes. Now pick the 2 and the 5. 2 plus 5, that's 7. 7 is greater than 4, yeah. And then the last two are the 4 and 5. So that's 9, and that's definitely greater than 2. So all 3 of these work. So yes, these would make a triangle. So on this last one here, pause the video, you work this example, and then when you're done, unpause and see if you get it right. So picking 2, 6 plus 6, that's 12. Wow, 12 is greater than 5. And then 6 plus 5 is 11, and that's greater than 6, and we do that one twice for both of them. So yes, those 3 lengths would make a triangle. So the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third. That's the theorem. So what if we do not know the side? Well, we can use that theorem to find an interval for that third side. Now, since we don't know anything about the angles, we cannot say, use Pythagorean theorem because we don't know it's a right triangle. We know nothing about the angles. So all we can do is say, hey, that third side is between this and this. So the two sides are 10 and 15. We're going to call the unknown side x and solve each of those inequalities. So the two sides is greater than the third. Now think of it this way. Think of it that we've got this nice little triangle. One side's 10, one side's 15, and the other side is x. And we're trying to find the interval for what that side could be. So we pick two sides, they're greater than the third. Sum of two sides greater than the third. Sum of two sides greater than the third. So we just go through and work these inequalities. So 10 plus 15 is 25, which is greater than x. Here we subtract the 10 from both sides, and we get x is greater than 5. And now subtract the 15 from both sides, and we get x is greater than a negative 5. Now for an interval, we just need two numbers. We need a low one and a high one. So we got 3 here. Which one do we not need? Now, before you answer that, answer this. Can we have any kind of segment length that is 0 or less? That means can we have a length of 0 or a length that's a negative number? And the answer to that is no. So we always get rid of the negative. Always get rid of the negative. And we have our low number and our high number. Now there is a proper way of writing this. Okay, so here's how we do it. We start off with the low number. 5 is less than x is less than 25. And that's how you properly write our interval there. Start with the low number. X goes in the middle. Everything points to the left because they're less than, and then the high number. So let's try a couple more. So we're going to find the interval for the third side if the other two sides are 9 and 12. So set up your three inequalities. 9 plus 21, 21 is greater than X. 9 plus X is greater than 21. And X plus 21 is greater than 9. So solve each of them. 9 plus 21 is 30, which is greater than X. Let's subtract 9 from both sides, and we get X is greater than 12. Oh, both those are positive. I have a feeling this is the negative. 21 minus 21. So X is greater than a negative 12. So that one goes away. Here's our low number. Here's our high number. So again, writing it the proper way, low number is less than, X is less than our high number of 30. On the third one, pause. You try this one, and when you've got it, and I will tell you, there is a shortcut on these, a huge shortcut. So when you're done with this example, unpause and see if you got it right. There's your shortcut. So how'd you do? Did you get it right? I hope so. Here's your shortcut. As you can see, that's all you have to do on those. So the triangle inequality theorem, the sum of two sides is greater than the third side. And we can use that to identify if three lengths will make a triangle. And we can also use it to determine the interval for the third side if we don't know it, if we just know two sides. The assignment, 5-5 is in Alex.